how technology can help with career development. We'll go through building up your resume with skills and abilities and how technology can help there. We'll talk about how social media websites like LinkedIn can help you with understanding what the current kind of zeitgeist of your career or different careers are. And then we're going to wrap up with focus on how being ahead of the curve with understanding current softwares can help keep your competitive edge with your own career development. So let's start off with the focus on building up your resume with skills and abilities. So there are online platforms that help provide learning opportunities like Coursera, LinkedIn Learning, and these are great places to fill in your resume, but also just build up your skills with continual professional development, building up new skills, which, side note, is a great thing, great attribute that hiring managers or people, managers that are promoting you, it's something that they look for. So really what we want to be looking at is identify some skill gaps or areas on your resume. You can do this by a little bit into this next step of looking at LinkedIn or looking at job postings on other posting sites like Indeed and things like that. When you see skill gaps there, you can then go to try and see, are there some of those skill gaps that can be taught through an online course or certification program. You can also make sure that what you're doing is building out time to regularly be pursuing these opportunities. There are so many out there that are somewhat low cost or free that can really help you stay ahead of the curve with your own skills and abilities. Now, moving on, using LinkedIn is a great way to be able to help you understand what are people in your career field or potential career field, what are they talking about? What are the current issues that they're facing? This way, you're a part of the conversation. You can engage on these. It helps with networking. But really what you're doing is you're understanding what are the things in this career line of work that you're going into? What are the things that they're addressing there? So you want to be maintaining a profile on LinkedIn, and you can look at some other platforms that maybe are career specific for the area of interest that you're in. Now, you want to be engaging with this content. It really does help with the algorithm of understanding what type of content you're engaging with. Your name starts to pop up and you might build up some connections and networking opportunities on there. And also try to post. But one great resource that many people don't know about on LinkedIn is you can join professional groups and you can start being part of discussions on there. And so it's one way to make sure you're always engaging with the content and you're aware of what's going on. Helps with identifying some skill gaps or knowledge gaps as well. But it's another way to make sure that you're always challenging yourself and engaging with new types of information in new types of ways. That way you're a bit ahead of the curve. Now, the last area is I want to talk about maintaining your competitive edge with different software and platforms. So there is a constantly changing tech world of resources, but there are certain basic aspects that are common throughout. So whether these be management systems that companies use, so understanding how to use like Office Suite, it's really important. Understanding Teams, understanding Slack. How do these things work? Now, I'm not saying to go out and master every single program, but trying to understand the basic components of different aspects of these is really important because it'll make it easier to transition from a Microsoft Teams to a Slack if you generally understand how they're working. And so this can be just for like workplace management, things like Monday.com. All of these different things really do help out with if you do get a new job or your company goes ahead and implements a new system or technology that you're not catching up with it. It's a way to show that you're developing your own career and you're maintaining that competitive edge. So identify some of these key platforms and software that are used within your company or within your field. That way you can make sure that that's not something that holds you back from applying to a job. invest time. And I'm not saying just learn how to do the thing that you're tasked with doing, but really explore, use your curiosity to navigate through these. They have so many resources built in with these softwares that so much of it often gets underutilized. And wouldn't you rather be that person that's sharing solutions as opposed to being wait to be shown them by others? And then the last thing is just keeping up to date with updated software releases and whatnot. So understanding these are things that you can follow on like Google News or other tracking softwares of following certain news updates. They will promote when they are releasing software updates, and it's a great way to build in to your consumption of media about updates on softwares and platforms that most impact your career and your field. And then that way you're ahead of the curve instead of catching up to others. So with those 3 tips, hope you really lean into the technology, lean into your curiosity, explore, and constantly develop yourself.